Good evening, Cape Decision Lighthouse Society board members. It is November 2009, and the purpose of this video is to show you the open space where we're going to be installing our new galley and cooking area. The first thing to notice is the floors that were completed over a course of 3 work parties now this year. The entire floor here is green. In the front bedroom here, Steve and I just put the last coat of sealer. So now all the floors are complete and we're ready to think about repairing the walls, installing the cabinets, deciding on the placement of the appliances, and doing a lot of painting and other small repair work. So come on in and we'll take a closer look at the space. The overhead generator is running, so the sound is not very good, so I'm going to stand next to the camera while we talk about the space here. We have temporarily installed the wood stove for this video. It's not plumbed in, but it gives you an idea of where it needs to go in the space. You can see the hole up above on the chimney where the original stove was. Over in the corner, in the far back corner, and we should probably walk that way, you can see where we decided to install the refrigerator. In a past design session, board meeting, we decided to cut into an old closet that was accessible from the back of the mister room and install the recessed refrigerator here. So I'm not going to go through the entire different designs. We've already gone through that in the board meeting. But I do want to talk a little bit about what the space looks like and how it might be best utilized. Things that can't move now, of course, are the refrigerator. In this closet right here is our new radio room. The radio is not installed in there right now because we moved it so we could access the radio while we were redoing the floors. This is what the space looks like. You can see now that the chimney is actually completely dry, which is the first time it's been dry probably in maybe 20 years. It hasn't been completely repaired on the outside, but it is dry, and the floor is also dry on this level and in the basement, which is great. If we look around on this side, this is the larger space. This is the area where the sink was in the past. You can see the plumbing on the wall there underneath the table. One of the decisions that we've already made regarding our remodel is to put the sink back in that location and install new cabinets above and below in that area. So one of the decisions we need to make in our December board meeting is what those cabinets are going to look like, what type of countertop we're going to use, what type of sink, and of course all the materials that those are going to be made out of. Another decision we need to make is the placement of the stove and additional counter space. And again, you can refer back to our last video where we mock up some different scenarios, but in a nutshell, one possibility is having that cooking space over here, with some cabinets built along that back wall, which is about 8 feet long when the refrigerator door is open, cabinets below and shelves above, and have the stove coming off of the chimney facing in this direction. There would also be room for a small cabinet right here. What idea I like about this particular design is we could actually build a short brick stub wall here, which would act as a heat sink for the wood stove. It would also make a nice divider and give us a little ledge where food could be passed back and forth between the galley and the cooking area. Other potential designs would be having the stove over here in the original location before our remodel, possibly heading in this direction, or over there heading in the other direction. Again, we just need to look at what the best use of space is, and we also have to consider the amount of people we're going to be accommodating in this galley. I think we've decided in our strategic plan that we would like to have the ability to sit 8 to 10 people to eat in this space, not necessarily to sleep in the lighthouse, but to eat in this space. Another possible change that was proposed was to remove this wall. This is not an original wall in the lighthouse. This wall was put in the 60s, in 67 actually. And the proposal would be to remove this entire section here and just open up that space, which would allow a little bit more flow into the engine room there. That door leads to the engine room. So I think that's about all I want to say. Again, in our December board meeting, I'd like to have a discussion about this galley. This is the project that we're going to be doing here next summer. It's a project that we're going to have to raise money for, not Rasmussen funds, but other funds. And also I just wanted to show people the scope of the repair work that needs to be done over here next to the chimney. This is where a lot of the water damage was from the chimney leak. So in addition to doing the cabinets and painting the walls, you can see that we've got quite a bit of plaster repair work to do along next to the chimney, and of course up around the perimeter, the top of the chimney where the leak was. Also take a look at the windows. Those are all painted in lead paint. That's another major project that needs to be addressed. This particular window is only a single double hung window, but all the other windows in the lighthouse are 2 double hung windows thick. So that's it for the galley. We're going to take a look at some of the other stuff that's been going on here. But again, I'll just back up so you can see the space here. This distance is about 8 feet. All right, I think we're going to cut.